Zoom into London. Where do most people... It comes out of the ground and it gets kind of minted, turned into bars and so on. Often it ends up back under the ground again in vaults. And where are those vaults? Where do most people keep gold around the world? Well, it's New York and it's London. So in London, if we kind of zoom into London, underneath the Bank of England, a few floors underneath, you can actually hear the underground whirring around that level of the bank. There are all of these bars of gold, loads of gold, but it turns out some of that gold has recently been leaving London. Where's it going? Going from London across to New York. So it comes out of those vaults, it goes into planes, and then it flies across the Atlantic, usually in the bottom of a passenger jet. And it's actually happening, it's coming from other countries as well. So it's not just London. Everyone wants to bring gold to New York. Why? Well, have a look at this chart and you get a sense of what's going on. So this is showing you just how much gold is in various different warehouses, so commercial warehouses in New York. It was relatively steady up until the US election, and then look at this line. It went through the roof. And why is that? In part, it's because people are worried that Donald Trump is going to impose tariffs on gold being moved back into the US. So they're bringing loads of it back into New York. It's a glut, and it's not just gold, it's silver and a few other things as well. But that's a problem, back to London, that's a problem for the Bank of England. Okay, so this is the back of the Bank of England where you physically get that gold out of the vaults. And it turns out it's quite hard to do that, and that's causing some issues. We just went to the Bank of England to talk to the Governor, Andrew Bailey, about this. Here's what he had to say. Where we're sitting right now
yes.
is a lot of gold.
Yes.
But at the moment, it sounds like the bank might be having trouble getting as much gold out as people want. I mean, is that connected with what's going on around the world?
So you're sitting over, I think, about 420,000 bars of gold.
That sounds like a lot of gold.
That's quite a lot. You know, a bit of commentary about, obviously, the time it takes to move the gold is, you know, obviously you have to have a lot of security and a lot of, you know, insurance around moving gold. So you can't just put it on the back of a lorry and take it away. So it has to be planned. So there are constraints. There are just very physical constraints. But we've got slots for all the gold people want to move in and out. By the way, we've got a lot of gold. In recent years, a lot of gold has come in. So yeah, gold does, not huge amounts, but gold does move in and out.
There's still plenty of gold at the Bank of England.
There's still plenty of gold at the Bank of England.
So plenty of gold still at the Bank of England, for the time being at least. But have a look at this. This is showing you how much gold there is in the New York Fed. So that's the other single biggest vault in the world. That's the New York Fed. This is showing you how many bars, indeed, how much the gold there is at the Bank of England. It was climbing, as the governor was alluding to. It looked for a moment like it was going to exceed that. But in recent years, actually, that line has started to go down. And it happened long before Donald Trump came into office. You know, people repatriating gold from London to China to India to other places. So that's down 10% since 2022. It's quite a big deal there. Nonetheless, if you take all of the gold, so the stuff in the commercial vaults, the stuff in the New York Fed, the stuff in the Bank of England, everything that's under the ground in New York and in London, London is still in the lead. It is still the world centre for the storage of physical gold, for the time being at least.